really exciting news, really exciting. Possibly the most excited I've been throughout the transfer window, not just because of the player it appears we're about to sign, but because of the way we've done it. The name, of course, is a name we didn't think we'd say very often, Jean-Clair Todibo, which just sounds remarkably and wonderfully French. We thought it was gone. We thought the deal was done. But did a video a couple of days ago where I said, well, hold on. I said it, I put it on the title. No way, Juve. West Ham had not given up. And so it's proven. We've not given up, and it appears that we've absolutely blown Juventus out the water. It appears, if this happens, that it is the perfect example of transfer strategy. Before I go on and explain what's happened, let's just get this absolutely right. West Ham will have got not just our first choice central defender, but our top two. The dream was at the start of this window, or even before it opened, to partner Max Kilman with Jean-Clair Todibo. To get one is good. You've done well. It means you've seen off the competition. To get two, particularly when the competition is as fierce as Juventus, is remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. This will be a complete restructuring of the defence at West Ham. I mean, I'm actually gobsmacked by this. It has to be said. Let me just take you through what's happened and what's changed and why I'm excited. Why am I excited today as opposed to a couple of days ago when I said, well, hold on, it seems like something might be happening here. Well, firstly, it's been confirmed by everybody. It's been confirmed by all the big hitters. The story was out earlier on in the evening, and then about sort of 11 o'clock at night, it was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, who said, in fact, I've got the tweet here. Let me read it to you. It said, West Ham director Tim Steidten travels to Nice as West Ham are hijacking, great word, I'm going to use that in the thumbnail, hijacking Jean-Clair Todibo deal. Juventus have been in talks for weeks, but no green light from Nice. Agreement, West Ham Nice, it's done at 40 million plus the sell-on clauses. West Ham trying to book medical for Friday, today, right? Incredible, absolutely incredible. Let me explain what happened. This is the lineage of the transfer. West Ham bid £27 million for Todibo, and it was accepted by Nice. However, the first year was a loan. It would have allowed us to spread the payments. That's basically what happened there. So we would have paid a loan fee up front. We spread the rest of the payments, obligation to buy. He joins us. Basically officially becomes a West Ham player a season later, having played a season at West Ham. They accepted that. The player accepted it. We had talks, long talks with the player. We had meetings with the player and whatnot. As I understand it, Lopetegui even spoke to him. Apparently, we were hours away from getting the deal done. That didn't happen because Juventus came in and said, actually, we want to sign the player. The player's head got turned. He decided he wanted to go to play in Turin. But Juventus never got close to the deal that West Ham got to. So they couldn't come close. That takes us to where we were whenever I uploaded the video. Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever I uploaded the No Way Juve video. And Nice at that point said to Juventus, do you know what? You keep coming in with these low ball offers. We're not interested anymore. Because Nice were annoyed. Because even though West Ham had negotiated a loan deal, they could still purchase off the back of that. I believe the loan deal was a £5 million loan fee. So basically £5 million, that's £20 million, but it pays a loan fee. It was quite a complicated setup. But they knew they could basically make down payments on players with that money. And they knew they had the rest of the money coming in from the transfer coming next year. Juventus coming in and turning the player's head basically ruined Nice's transfer strategy. And they've been stuck in limbo. So Juventus have been coming in offering 20 million euros, stuff like that. In the end, Nice, a couple of days ago, said, we're not dealing with you anymore unless you come in with a big transfer, a permanent transfer. Basically, they wouldn't even allow Juventus to match West Ham's loan deal. They said Juventus have to come in with big money. That was where we were then. What then happened after that is West Ham thought, right, West Ham saw opportunity. West Ham have forced a situation by offering 40 million euros plus sell-on fee. West Ham have forced a situation where there is no way that Juventus can match that figure. This is the strategy of it. It's brilliant, really is. Juventus can't match that figure. So now the player is in a position. He'd already agreed to join West Ham. So it's not like he doesn't want to join West Ham. I do think there's a difference with this and maybe someone like Wan-Bissaka, who's quite... He's never formally agreed to join. He's quite happy to wait another year. Todibo had agreed to join, but then his head got turned by the opportunity of Champions League football, which you can understand. West Ham making this bid puts Nice in a position where they say to the player, look, you either join West Ham or you stay here. And that's really what they need to do, because if he's going to stay there, they need to sort of get their transfer strategy wrapped up now. In the player's mind, he now knows that there is no Juventus. There's no deal for Juventus now. And there's no point in Juventus doing a buyout clause that he can join Juventus. There's just not that money. In most of the continent, there's not that game. Even if it was a payout, a buyout of 80 million, 85 million like West Ham do, Juventus would never be able to afford that sort of stuff. They'd never come in for him at that. They'd just go and buy somebody else. It looks like West Ham have done it. It looks like West Ham have completed, well, not completed the deal because it's not done yet. But it's incredible. It really is just an incredible bit of transfer business, bit of transfer strategy. I mean, quite a lot changed during the day yesterday. I'll say quite a lot changed. There was an evolution to the transfer of Kurt Zouma, of course, because it went from Kurt Zouma being, how can we put it, Kurt Zouma knowing, he's known for some time that he was surplus to requirements at West Ham, because Lopetegui's, been quite straight. He's been a straight shooter with him, has let him know that. But Kurt Zouma accepted the facts that he was going to go to United Arab Emirates, which is quite a big step for Zouma. If you go back and you look at all the old articles when he joined, Chelsea had a few offers for him, but the reason he came to West Ham, if you remember this, he wanted to stay in London. You remember that? He came to West Ham because he wanted to stay in London. Chelsea wanted rid of him, but he didn't want to move his family, he wanted to stay here. So he likes London, he likes being in London, so for him to agree to move away, to move out of the country, is quite a big deal. Look, it's fingers crossed that he passes the medical. But I'm hoping, I'm not sure, I'm hoping the Todibo deal is not predicated and dependent upon Zouma passing that medical, because hopefully he'll send his twin, send a doppelganger or something like that. That wasn't a serious suggestion, but I don't think he's got one. But I think there's a certain amount of nerves around him, whether he'll pass his medical, whether he won't pass his medical. So hopefully, I mean, we're all nervous about that. But the Todibo thing is huge. It really would be incredible if this were to happen. I have to say, incredible transfer business. He's a good player. He's a fantastic player. I mean, we've spent so much time talking about him. We've not spoken about what he's like as a player. Look, this guy was the future. He was the absolute future when he was at Toulouse. Got his move, got his big money move, didn't work out, had to go back to France to rebuild his reputation. But as of, it's 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was, this was the best young up-and-coming central defender in Europe. He was the golden wonder. That's crisps. He was the golden wonder kid. Do you know what I mean? And he's rebuilt his reputation. Gone back to Nice, rebuilt his reputation, got a couple of France caps. He's a bit of a machine, this guy, and I would suggest the perfect partner. Everything that was wrong with Zouma and everything you need to partner Kilman, this guy has. That's why the Hummels rumours are absolute nonsense. I should have got the poppycock thermometer out. You heard me. I said it. I didn't do the graphic up. I called poppycock on Hummels. It was nonsense. We couldn't have anybody that lacking in mobility to play there. Look, we bought some older players. I think we're now looking at it. If you do this now, we've got to get the right back as well. You bring in a right back that's in mid-20s. You bring in Todibo. You bring in Kilman. You've got Somerville. You've got a Kileme there as well. Yes, we brought in some older players as well. Absolutely. Rodders we brought in, and we brought in Fulkrug. We brought in some older players. We had Wes, clean sheet Wes, of course, keep forgetting him. I think we brought in a blend. I think it was, for you to suggest there was highly stacked in one area would not be accurate. There seems to be a real blend, a real spread that we brought in. If we can nail this transfer, look, it's hard to get as excited about a centre back as it is a forwards. I'm not This guy ain't going to get you off your seats as much as Mohamed Kudus will. No. But this is a complete restructure of the defence. This is intent. This really is. I would not be surprised if we pull this transfer off. You can tell I'm excited. We pull this transfer off. Be a lot of very jealous people looking at the West Ham team. Look, Lopetegui's got to make it work, and it might not happen immediately. But you look at the team and you think, wow, that's formidable. Absolutely formidable. Look, before I go, can I just say a massive thank you to ETC Sports. They're our channel sponsor. They've been sponsoring us for donkey's years. Got to thank them so much, right? Listen, they're not going to be forever. Everyone's not going to be able to use ETC Sports. You're unlikely to get an athletics track, a tennis court, or a football pitch in your back garden. But if you work for a council, if you work for a sports centre, if you're in charge of that sort of thing, if you've got a football club, if you're looking to get an all-weather football pitch, tennis courts, athletics tracks, anything like that, ETC Sports, they're the country's best, they're the nation's best. But I'll tell you something else. If you're watching this, 99.9% of you are West Ham fans, so are ETC Sports. Proper season ticket West Ham fans. If that's what you're looking at, if you're looking at sports services or anything like that, go and check out the website below. Give them a call. I'm sure they'll look after you. They've really looked after us here at Hammers Chat, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to skedaddle. I'm still going to start refreshing. I want to find out more. It's going to be a really exciting day. I'll come back to you about 6 o'clock this evening, and with hopefully some additional news